It's so crazy, yo. I'll never forget it. I got a bandana tied around my head. I used to go to New York, get the best weed, blunt hanging out my mouth. Listen to Javu. Lord, can we get a break? Or can we get a break? We really happy here. Man. No, my man was driving. I wasn't driving. My man was driving. But I was on the passenger side with that blunt and that bandana around my head. G was driving. My partner G was driving.
With the work.
With the work.
Sitting right there.
Sitting right there in the middle, yo. Like, I just got it from where it's supposed to be, but I'm like, yo, so we going 2 blocks down. I'm like, fuck it, we only going 2 blocks down. I made it here. You know, you just get, and you get so used to riding with work and all that shit. Yo, that shit, you know what I mean? Ain't got near motherfucking license either. So we get pulled over, man. They swarm down on us and shit and grab us. Yo, they pulled me out that motherfucking car, yo. Man, listen. My nerves, yo, I ain't never get locked up with that much before. My leg was shaking like a motherfucker, right? Y'all couldn't stop the bitch. The bitch was uncontrollably, I mean, it was like, that bitch was uncontrollably shaking, yo, like. So I guess they like, yo, they thought they had one. They was like, I know this nigga gonna tell something. When they see my legs shaking, they're like, I know this nigga gonna tell something. Shit, you got the wrong one. I'm scared in the motherfucker, though. I'm scared in the motherfucker, but I ain't got nothing to tell you.
We can all go through hardships in life, and sometimes you may want to give up. But we're gonna tell you how to bounce back, turn it around. This is the Climb Back series.
How y'all doing today? Welcome to Bomb City. How may I help you?
How you doing? I'm Hef Streams with the Climb Back series. We're here to see Jay Lee, Mr. Bomb City himself.
All right, give me a second. Let me call him and see where he at. Okay?
Appreciate you.
What's up, dummy? Come on out. We got the Climb Back series here.
Today, the Climb Back series visits the Bomb City headquarters. I'm gonna sit down with my man Jay Lee. We're gonna talk about Bomb City Ent, the music and the clothes and everything else that we got going on. What's good, everybody? It's your man Hef Streams, and we're back with another episode of the Climb Back series. And I'm at the Bomb City headquarters itself, man. You know, and I'm excited about this one. This is one of those episodes that I got a good vibe about. I feel like it's gonna be some great conversation. And I'm with Mr. Bomb City itself, Mr. Jay Lee, man. How you doing?
Oh, well, thanks for having me, and thanks for coming to my humble place of business, the Bomb City headquarters.
I love it, man. I appreciate it, man. And you're gonna see throughout the episode, it's very nice in here. You can take care of a lot of business up in the Bomb City Enterprises. So
yes, you can.
We're gonna get into some great conversation, as you know. I was blessed to run across you on social, not so while ago. And you had said, peace and blessings. When was you up next? So we here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm excited about it.
Absolutely.
So for those who don't know Mr. Bomb City, right? Talk about you. Who is Jay Lee? Who are you and where you come from?
So, wow. So like, yo, I'm like the type of guy that's a participant in life and been that way since a kid. Like my mother grew up like down the Emerson Avenue area, like all her sisters and her father, all of them come from that area.
In Baltimore.
In Baltimore, the Emerson Avenue area, the Emerson Avenue area. That's where my mother was born and raised at, and that's where a lot of my family was at. And then we had moved up on Mountain Emerson, because my father lived up off of Spedding Street behind Bentlow, you know what I mean? If you know Baltimore, that's like the West Baltimore area. And my father and my mother met, and then my father and my mother wound up getting like this apartment down on Emerson and Mount Street.
Okay.
And then my father had got a store, you know what I mean, right on that same block. And like, yeah, I thought that's what my life was gonna be. But my father had died from cancer early on. He had leukemia. And like, like
and
that was,
and you were 3 years old.
I was 3 years old, man. I remember, like, just recently I was looking at some pictures. It was a picture of me at my grandmother's house on Spedding Street, right? And I'm looking at this innocent little kid, like, and if I could have told Shorty anything, I'd be like, Shorty, put your seatbelt on. You in for a rough motherfucking ride, kid. Come. yeah, nigga, you in for a rough ride. And I just looked like so lost and confused on that picture, right? Because, yo, at 3 years old, I couldn't process the loss of losing this dude, yo, that was so great to me. And I mean, like, at 3 years old, I got some fond memories, but not a lot. You know what I mean? But like the things I remember the most, you know what I mean? And they supported by stories of people telling me just how much interest my dad showed in me and stuff like that. And after my father died and shit, we moved over to East Baltimore, the Troll Projects, 1110 Webb Court. They used to fuck me up over there, yo. They used to beat me. Y'all might be sending me the store. Yo, I used to hate going to the store with that bitch, yo. They used to, yo. And it wasn't like I wasn't fighting back, you know what I mean? But my mother ain't prepared me for this mean-ass world that was out there, because I was like a little church boy, reading my little Bible, you know what I mean? I come outside, go to the store, pop, 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 they fuck me up, boom, 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 you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, God damn.
And then you the oldest brother, so
I'm
you
the
already
oldest.
had to lead
Yeah.
by example.
Yeah,
anyway.
so like that shit was rough. I'm like, man. So like over Latrobe, like yo, I used to fight every motherfucker. I used to bank me. I used to fight every day in school, outside. You know what I mean? Like I'm just fighting. You know what I mean? So we moved from over Latrobe. Like I said, I was in the 3rd grade. And I was like, man, we moved up Park Heights. I moved up Park Heights on the block of Roslyn. I moved on Roslyn Avenue and shit. And up Roslyn Avenue, up Park Heights, that shit was like the county for real. Like, it's a nice little block, you know what I mean? But you go up 2 blocks, it get funky up that bitch, you know what I mean? But my little block was cool, you know what I mean? So we moved up there, and then that was people like, oh, I ain't know nothing about Park Heights. I thought, because the block we lived on, shit, I thought that shit was like Cockeysville or something. I'm like, shit, it's nice. You know what I mean? And now people start telling me like, oh, shit, you live at Park Heights? And then I used to catch the bus when I was young. Like, I caught the bus by myself, man. I was a big young dude. Like they used to make me pay to get on the bus before it was even time. Like, I think you could get on the bus until you was like 8 years old for free or something. Like, nah, you ain't no 8. You know what I mean? I used to pay to get on the bus. But I used to navigate the city on the bus by myself. So in the 3rd grade, I used to catch the bus by myself with my brother. So I'm going back and forth, Emerson Avenue to my grandmother's house back up Park Heights. So I'm starting to see where I gotta get off the bus, like Park Heights in Woodland, Park Heights in Virginia. I'm like, God damn. So I used to just ride up a few different blocks to, like, it was a little dead spot. So I used to even get off like Park Heights at that time. Park Heights and Wiley was a little bit more safe because you had the market and the gas station and the this and the that. So you could slide through there and then just go around that little circle. You know what I mean? Because I didn't even know I was living in a bad neighborhood, but when people told me, I was like, yeah, it's a fucked up neighborhood, young man. And I used to be like I said, I was a church boy, right? So I used to tell my uncle and shit, I say, man, I be scared I'm gonna get jumped walking around coming through this city. I be on the bus. I said, man, I be really afraid sometimes, man. So he say, he asked me about my faith and, you know, God and all that. I'm like, nigga, God ain't got nothing to do with this. These niggas gonna whoop my ass. I'm scared. Like, what is you talking about, God? I'm a little boy, you talking about God. But for real, like, my mother raised me in church, so I could identify with the spiritual part of it. But that wasn't the answer I was with. You give me a knife or something, nigga. Like, you know, like, show me how to shank these niggas up. You know what I mean? He gave me a Bible. One of them little small little Bibles, right? And then it was only the New Testament. And then you got these little parts in the back, like whatever's going on. So I looked up fear. And it was this little scripture I came across, right? And I had remembered it. It was like, I forget what the scripture is, but it was like, I sought the Lord and he heard me and delivered me from my fears, right? So, yo, like all through life, like as I used to be going through these situations, when I used to be afraid, that's what I used to say. You know, I used to say that little scripture, you know what I mean? And it really became empowering for me, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm a dude that believe in God real strong. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I was brought up. You know, I believe in God real strong. So I used to lean on that scripture a lot, man. Like, and sometimes I was sought in the Lord and he wasn't delivering me fast enough, so sometimes I had to run.
Nah, that's
Like,
real.
where you at, nigga? You don't hear me saying my scripture. But no, like, man, but like, my mother definitely, like, you know, was a Bible chocolate Bible toting Christian. Like, Curl and Kobe, Curl and Lee, Curl and Carl, y'all names she got, was a chocolate Bible toting Christian, man. Her faith was so strong. Like, my mother was like, I'll say, like a Big Gaddy in the neighborhood type of woman. And she ain't had shit, you know what I mean? But her faith was just so strong, you know what I'm saying? And she instilled that in me, you know what I'm saying? It's like in my neighborhood, man, like, shit. Like, I used to have 10 niggas going to church with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, yo, I used to, like, Sunday, my mother made me go to church. I mean, I'm talking about dudes older than me and all that. So this was my thing. I told my mother, you know, because I had this type of mind since I was a kid. Like, so I'm like, man, it's in the Bible right here. Come as you are, right? Because I had, you know, like, I mean, church clothes was cool, but Run DMC was out, nigga.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm coming up in that area. Run DMC is out. We wearing Lees and shell heads. So all my friends ain't had church clothes. And I thought it was cool. Them niggas got to wear they Lees. They mother let them come out. I said, hold, man. I said, I can't keep wearing these suits because my friends ain't gonna feel like all of them ain't got church clothes.
Right.
And God say, come as you are. So, like, my mother, because my mother was the usher at the church and all that, you know what I mean? So she wasn't going for it, but so I put that scripture in there. She's like, oh, you can, you know, so my mother let me wear what I wanted to wear to church. Then everybody, mothers was giving them money, you know what I mean? And you got all these old analytical ass young niggas. Like, we was like the, what's it, Little Rascals, like, we was some analytical motherfuckers. So, hey, man. Didn't it say in the scripture, you know, God don't need our money? And what are they talking about? Bring the change to the church. Their mother tell them they put in there. So we go down to the store and get candy. Because God don't need this money. You know what I mean? Like, what is y'all talking about? You know, that's the type of crew
You
I
was
had.
finding a way to justify.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the
everything.
crew I was rolling. And y'all had, man, listen, the crew of dudes, especially my partner George, his brother Vernon. Vernon was the oldest one. And you talking about a pessimistic, cynical mind, like he had to get over the eat, cause they ain't had no food for real.
Yeah.
Like when that nigga said they was hungry, they was really hungry. So he was like the head of the food chain. Like, so we followed behind him, and he was terrible.
Because all he knew was dark.
Yeah, he was terrible, man. So we in the church, man. Like, man, I done got pulled in the preacher office and all. My mother the usher. So, you know what I mean? We in Sunday school. So, look, we in Sunday school, right? So, our Sunday school teacher, Brother Albert used to tell us to remember a Bible verse. You know, you got to quote a Bible scripture,
Okay.
right? So, I knew mine because I know mine. I got plenty of them that I knew, right? So, I'm trying to help my homeboys out. I said, yo, look, this is the shortest scripture in the Bible. Let's say this. Jesus wept, right? Sure as John, I forgot, it's John something. Jesus wept. Just say that, yo. So everybody go down the line. Jesus wept. Jesus wept. It's going good. Jesus wept. Jesus wept. Because it's about 10 of us. They get to Vernon. Guess what Vernon say? Johnny ate an apple. Who the fuck is Johnny? He say Johnny. He say, yo, we just bust out laughing. Yo, we in trouble getting church. Yo, niggas be in church cracking on people, talking about the girls from like a paint of piss and all this and all that. I'm the one gonna get in trouble. Because my mother is at
usher.
the church.
Yeah.
Yo, I got, this is the last church story, because I got a lot on. So we go to church one day. We run late. So one of my homeboys' mother tell him to take the food stamp, because I don't know how old you are, but you know, it's the book of food stamps where you tear the motherfuckers out. You old enough to remember that?
Yes,
so
sir.
Before the card. So the mother said, yo, look, take this food stamp, go buy yourself something, put the change in church. So we ain't get a chance to go to the store. So my man say, we sitting, because they put us on the front row of the church now. Now we got to sit on the front row too. So we sitting on the front row of the church. My homie, Like, yo, I don't want no trouble, yo. Like, don't ask me nothing in church. Like, he keeps tapping me because it's about to be time to take your collection money up, right? So yo say, yo, pull the food stamp out on me, flash it on me. Yo, they take these? Yo, I died laughing. Yo, I'm in that bitch. Yo, I ain't no more good. Yo, I couldn't stop laughing. That shit was the funniest shit in the world. I'm dying laughing. My mother, the usher, Sister Curl and come grab my ass up, yank me in the back of the church. I come out there, mother, look, I got raped, shirt all fucked up, blood on my teeth. Mother, fuck me in the back. So I sit back down, looking stupid, feeling stupid. I get home. She asked me, so what was so funny? I tell her, yo, she couldn't stop laughing, yo. She said, son, I'm sorry, that was funny.
Yeah, but how old did you say you was when you started selling drugs again?
13 years old, 12,
and you left the house
at
14.
I left the house at 14. So, and the reason I said I left the house at 14 because I was telling motherfuckers that my mother sent me down there. But I wanted to get the fuck away. So I sent myself down there. I went down to, I told my mom, I said, I'm gonna go down here and live with my grandmother there. Because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and she just wasn't letting me do what the fuck I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. At 13, 14 years old, I was sick of her. I had ran away. And then my grandmother, my father's mother, she had moved from Baltimore back down to Virginia because that's where she was from. So she living down in this small town in Virginia. And I said, fuck it, I'm going to go down there with her. So I go down there with her, man. I go down there with her. I was doing good, too. I was on the football team. I was in the newspaper because I was still in junior high. And when I got down there, they had already implemented the middle school, high school shit down there. So I was in my 8th grade year down there, and they had big drink. Because Brian Stiff went to Brunswick High. He was an NBA player. Brian Stiff went there, same school. That's where I was at, the town I was at. But they wanted me, like, they thought I was going to be like the next big thing for their football team. You know, but
so when you was down there, you was doing good. You wasn't doing nothing.
Yo, I wasn't. I was doing, but they was letting me be grown. That was listen. The thing about that, I lived in a trailer park down there with my grandmother. My uncle had one, and my grandmother had one. And my Uncle Earl was my father's youngest brother, God rest his soul. I used to stay in my Uncle Earl trailer. And he was a little wild. You know, he smoked weed. And I'm telling you, like, I was so big, they let me do whatever I was big enough to do. So I had a homeboy named Steve. Steve was 1 year older than me. But even old Linda and his people, he was a big young motherfucker. They let us drive the cars. We drunk beer. And we sniffed a little cocaine down there, you know what I mean? When cocaine, but it wasn't plentiful. We had some cocaine. Some people from New York come down a little trailer park. They got some cocaine. We sniffed cocaine. But I was an honor roll student down there. You know what I mean? I was driving the little dirt roads and all that shit. But I had got in trouble down there because I was down there and this white boy named Kenneth Crump. We're in the cafeteria. So I'm a football dude. So it's this Milano chick. She got a cousin that's straight white. Yo, I'm talking about, I ain't even, I'm stupid for real because I ain't even realized this town I am. This ain't no shit to play with. Like, for real, like this.
Virginia.
This is 80s, but I'm talking, nigga, look up South Hill, Virginia, and La Crosse and Newport News, Virginia, that area down there. Like, this ain't nothing to play with. But I'm from Baltimore. I done did shit already, so I'm wide open. I'm like years ahead of these kids. I'm a grown ass man in the school for real. So the Milano chick, that's who I want. I'm on her, but she got this grown ass cousin that's straight white.
And you like 14.
Yeah. So I got her sitting right here, and I got her sitting right here. So the Milano chick, she feed me fries. I'm talking my shit because I ain't interested in the white chick. I want this exotic bitch right here. I want her. I want this young motherfucker right here. He come over to there. I'm chilling, getting fed my French fries, doing me. You know what I mean? I got my fly ass leather bomber jacket on from Baltimore with the fur around the collar. They don't even know what this shit is. They don't know. None of this shit I got on, they don't even know what it is. And they probably don't even care. But out there, in my mind, I am the shit. Because y'all is country than the motherfucker. I got all this Baltimore shit on. Got this bitch feed me fries. It's good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, say, you over here with this nigga. Big old white boy. I say, what the fuck you just say? I stood up. I got to wearing this motherfucking ass out, man. I beat his ass all through that motherfucking cafeteria, right? So I was beating his ass. I had the fold up chair, hit him with the fold up chair. Woo, 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 woo. So when the principal and all them shit, they come and get me, right? They come and they try to come grab me. But you know, I come from Baltimore and Green Spring, my seventh grade year, we ain't nothing but fight. That shit was like East Side High. So, you know what I mean? Like, don't nobody touch me.
Right.
And them motherfuckers ain't touch me. Hef, I ain't even know what to do after that. I'm like, oh shit. I just started walking around circles because he knocked out. Get him crip knocked out. He laid down. Damn. So I'm walking around the cafeteria in just circles, you know what I mean? So finally the little man, Mr. Henson, he looked like George Jefferson. He reminded me of George Jefferson. He was a cool little black man and shit. He went, I've been this big since I was 12. You know, I've been this size since I was 12 years old. You know, I've been big motherfucker. You know, I'm tall. You know what I mean? So he a little motherfucker. He looking up at me like, can I just talk to you? I was like, yeah, I respect Mr. Henson because I'm tired of walking around circles anyway. I thought somebody came and talked to me. Fuck took you so long. But anyway, Mr. Henson kind of talked me down. I had to go in front of the Virginia school board. They said I couldn't go to school, no Virginia public schools no more. So I come back home to Baltimore. I hook up with my older homeboys. I always fuck with older dudes. So all my older homeboys had jobs, but they was out of high school. You know, because I always was hanging with, and I could rap. I used to rap like Rakim back. They real slow like Rakim. I used to give them that little Rakim flow. That was my thing. So that's how I got to hang with the older niggas, right? So I was fucking with these older niggas called the Adidas crew. They had the Tawanda's swimming pool on lock. They had that shit locked. They had the area locked. So I was one of the little homies. You know what I mean?
So this time you back in Baltimore, you like
back
16?
In Baltimore. I'm 15-ish.
All right.
Because I only stayed a year in Virginia.
All right.
So I'm really, it's almost a year. I made 1 year of school down that bitch, and now I'm back.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So now I'm 15 and some months. So I'm 15 and some months. Not really interested in school, but my mother had enrolled me at Northwestern High School. I ain't even, I used to go with Northwestern and sell dope and shit and then go down Emerson Avenue, had my silk suit on, my dookie rope on. So by the time I turned 16, I done got my baby mother pregnant. So all right, so that's what happened. When I came back, I was 15. I started working at this spot called Suburban House on Ricestown Road with all my older homeboys, a restaurant. So I'm working there. But a lot of these niggas, we got little hustling blocks. Some of them still sell weed. They sell coke. I mean, we hustling because it's a Jewish restaurant. You know what I mean? So we selling to the cooks, the waitresses, So we still hustling. You know what I mean? My OG's in there. And it's funny and shit. Like one of the oldest dudes I was hanging out with was dating this chick. And they lived in Aberdeen. So all my homies, they was going on Aberdeen to fuck with these bras out there. So I'm like, yo, I want to go. I'm going to participate in life. I told you, so I want to go. You know what I mean? I'm cool enough and I'm mature enough, even at my age, they going to say, hell yeah. I'm one of the homies for real. It ain't, they don't even look at me like my age. They don't. They never I never felt like they looked at me like my age because the way I carried myself. And I always had my own shit. I always had my own shit. So they say, yo, we going to take you out there, right? We're going to introduce you to Nikki, oldest sister, right? So this is my oldest homeboy that's dating Nikki, right? You gonna introduce me to Nikki, oldest sister. I'm the youngest nigga in the crew, and these niggas way older than me. Yo, I'm nervous than a motherfucker, yo. I'm nervous as shit, because I'm 15, about to turn 16. This lady 21 years old. She a grown woman. She got 2 babies.
Damn.
Yo. I'm like, I remember, I'm telling I said, yo, I'm gonna have to because when I was growing up, all my niggas yo, we ain't eating no pussy. Eating pussy wasn't a thing for black people. When I was growing up, that was disgusting. Yo, you eat pussy? Niggas eating pussy? Niggas eating pussy now? So I'm like, yo, I got grown. I'm about to meet this grown woman. I got to do something exclusive and extraordinary. So I asked the big homie, Spoon. I say, Spoon. I never forget it. I had like a hamburger roll or something. I was like, yo, so like, all right, so when you do it, like, what part do you lick? Like, if this the pussy, we had a piece of a hamburger roll. I said, yo, if this the pussy, like, show me, because I want to turn, and they showed me a picture of her. She was nice, too. Man, she was nice. I said, yeah, you know, she had the body, nice grown lady body. I said, man, show me how to navigate this shit. Like, you know what I mean? So my big homie, he's showing me about that. Woo, 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 woo. So I meet my baby mother. I got some charming young man, man. I got charisma or something. Like, I swept her off her feet, dude.
So basically, she already had 2 kids.
She had 2 kids.
So that was her third.
But third, I mean, she was dating a dude that played for Clemson. He was a Clemson basketball player. She was playing with a baller. That nigga, college basketball player she was dating. That baby father was.
So you 16 at the time, right?
Almost.
And you still never had that real male influence in the household.
Nah.
So you really got it all from the street and all your experiences.
And all my
right?
experiences, yeah.
So let's talk about, you know, the next moves you started making once you had your child. What was your thought process then? Like, as far as getting money, what you wanted to do? Because I don't really hear at this point that you really have your blueprint laid out yet.
Hell no. I ain't nigga. I'm just coming back from Virginia. I done got this job with my homeboy.
And now I got a baby.
Now I got this grown lady pregnant. Right? Yo, like, listen, when I got the grown lady pregnant, right? Sierra's mother, I'm at my mother's house. I got my stuff at my mother's house. But I ain't staying there when I came back from Virginia. I really ain't staying there. I'm like just staying, build up aunt house, this house, that house. I ain't had my own shit, but I wasn't staying there. I was just moving around. But anyway, I go start hustling down Franklintown in Baltimore, down in Franklintown, Baltimore area. Down my grandmother way. And, I'm getting money. I come down there with my man Smiley, God rest his soul, and we was dealing with, and they been convicted and all that shit for their shit back then anyway. We was dealing with like Ronnie Hunt and Alan Smallwood at the time. Like, they had it on lock down there. So we was fucking with them. You know what I mean? And we was getting a lot of money fucking with them. And then, through the money I was getting with them, you know, I was fly, you know what I mean? Big dookie rope chains on. Them niggas was getting money down there, bitch. Like, they was getting money down there. So I slide right in. I'm getting it. And that's when I meet the chick, Teresa Purdy. Right? Now, Teresa Purdy was Anthony Granderson's baby mother. Anthony Granderson was a kingpin drug dealer from Baltimore. He was notorious. Allegedly, he got some federal witnesses hit. You know what I mean? When they was booked to testify for him. But yo, I'm 16 years old. I'm dating his chick. You know what I mean? And she's still getting to work. So now I'm the plug.
You gotta thank for all the women.
I do. Yeah, I like fine wine, champagne, you know what I mean? Things is age, you know what I mean? Most things is age is good.
So how old you think she was? How old was she?
She was about 36. She was 20. She was old enough to be my mom. She was 20 years older than me, had a son my age that called me Mr. Black at the time because he didn't know we was the same age.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But I was light years ahead of these.
And you was like 16.
I was 16.
Damn.
And that's the lady that gave me proper game over there in them Lafayette Projects, 125 building on the 3rd floor. So listen, this is how she found out I wasn't the age that I said I was. So, you know, I was bringing my shit back over west, selling my shit. You know what I mean? So one night I come back over to the spot, and she like, Black, you got anything with you? But by this time, I'm playing my nose a little bit, so I probably was a little high, and was just being lazy. I'm like, no, I ain't got nothing. I'm just, you know what I mean? I was just like, but I had some pills in my pocket that didn't sell over there. Probably about 50 pills or so, you know what I mean, that ain't sell over there. I just brought them back home. I'll put them back on the block when I go out tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? Every month, open up shop with them. So she asked me, because we had another house in that same project where we captured that, because we was a target. They was kicking the door in, you know what I mean? But, you know, that thing, it made me laugh. I'm like, no, I ain't, no. Went on to sleep. Yo, why they kicked the door in that morning? And like this bitch gangster, yo, they was trying to get in the room. I don't know how she knew, cause I said I ain't had nothing. But you know what I mean? This bitch was old. Like she ain't her, you know what I mean? Like she had game. So
yeah, she a step ahead.
she was way step. She was like years ahead of me. So she pressed up against the door. Black, get that shit you got, throw that shit out the window. Get that shit. You know what I mean? So I'm scared in the motherfucker, right? I'm shuffling around and shit. I pick up the whole motherfucking pants, yo. And throw the pants out the window. I threw the whole pants out.
Damn.
Yo, I throw the whole pants out the window. Why them motherfucking detectives bring them pants up there back to me and say, yeah, nigga, they fit, they yours. You know what I mean? So anyway, they lock us up. You know what I mean? I'm a juvenile. My mother got to come get me from Eastern Police District and shit. The police trying to tell my mother that Teresa got AIDS. They think she got AIDS. They think she got HIV. And you got your young son over here. You know, you should press charges on her. This is what you call it? A statutory rape and all this old type. All this type of shit. So anyway, of course I'm a grown man. Like, all right, I get out. I go back over there to Teresa or whatever. So. Like I say, she still is affiliated and associated with her baby father, and he still got these ties on the streets. We talking about the 80s. This nigga still got ties on the street. So it's time for us to go to court. Like, no, so we get out, whatever. And, you know, you get court dates. And I mean, people that's not familiar, co-defendants' court dates are the same day. You go to court together, you are a co-defendant, right? We ain't had the same court date. So Mr. Granderson sends somebody over to her house, and they take me and her to the lawyer's office, right? Now I'm just thinking this because this lady is like, this lady is dealing with somebody that's, you know what I mean? I'm just fearless. I'm just so stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, because you know that young.
You more like naive to it.
Naive and fearless at the same time, but big on naive. You know what I mean? And I ain't have no whole lot of fear about a lot of shit because I ain't had no self-love and I ain't value life that much anyway. So like I'm down for it too. You know what I mean? At this point. So anyway, they come get me. Me and her, we go to the lawyer's office and shit. So the lawyer come out and say, cause she fuck with the lawyer, she talk shit to the lawyer. He laughing. He like, oh, Miss Purdy, you want to know why you and this young man got 2 different court dates, huh? Miss Purdy, he's a juvenile. He is a juvenile. Like, she like, man. What? Bitch, you lied to me. You lied to me. But the serious thing of the matter was, if I wasn't a juvenile, that dude that was with us was going to kill my motherfucking ass. I wasn't going to make it to court to tell that story. Yeah, he was going to kill me. I ain't know. I was oblivious. I was oblivious to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but she was just so mad, you know what I mean, that I lied. But bitch was like, yo, the damage already done. Like, she was in love with me. Like, the lady was in love with me.
And talk about how you said she gave you that education, man.
So like, all right, so this is after that. We still together, right? They put her out the projects. Now we living over on Bartlett Street, you know what I mean? And I'm moving, you know what I'm saying? I'm through the city, I'm moving. I got my shoes on now, I'm moving and shit. So I'm back up my way, I'm back up Park Heights, I'm selling a lot of coke. You know what I mean? So I'm back and forth over there with it, but a cocaine drought had came. And I was selling a lot of coke and I was selling morphine too, but not that much. I was more of a coke boy, you know what I'm saying? So when the coke prices went up, I was a little fucked up for a minute. Not the coke prices that went up and it was a drought. So she like, Black, you better take them bitches over West Baltimore now and sell some pussy for you. They like you anyway. You know what I mean? She telling me like the bitches will do whatever I say anyway. Cause she got proper game. She PG like a motherfucker, proper game like a motherfucker, right? Her mother, Miss Katie, rest in peace, Miss Katie. Like her whole family, like that's what they do. You know, I got so much game in that short amount of time, dude. So she give me the game on that. I go out, you know what I mean? She go with me. Cause I ain't like I wasn't gonna, bitch, get out there and bring that money back.
And you still not 18 yet.
I ain't 18 yet.
Damn.
So we take the bitches over West Baltimore, and we over there, and they doing what they do. Teresa giving them the orders and shit. I'm looking around like, okay, them bitches listening to you. So I'm like, all right. So I'm just, I'm ad-libbing on the track for real. Like, yeah, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, hey, now I'm saying, get over here, bitch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm ad-libbing on the track. She handling her business. Yeah. So after a couple days, shit, I said, yo, I'm a pimp. You know what I mean? I sold that shit to myself. I'm a pimp. Y'all went and got me a hat, nigga. Went and got me some of them motherfucking, no, we was wearing, it wasn't gators. We used to wear a lot of lizard skins and shit. Got me the motherfucking lizard skins, Romy Rome lizard skins with the buckle on them motherfucking nigga, throwing a pair of Coogee socks, throwing my motherfucking, they was like some, I got all this shit from out Total Mail.
Oh,
This was some Total Mail shit, right? I got this shit out of Total Mail. Doing these slick little slack style shorts, like golfing style shorts. Motherfucking Coogee sweater, short sleeve, you hear me? Motherfucking hat on, nigga. I'm pimping, you know what I mean? I probably had the Mac on too. Riding, you know what I mean? Like, and yo, like, I told Teresa I got it from here. And I was taking the bitches out, man. I was East Coast pimping at 18 years old. Yo, I wasn't even 18 yet. I was 17. No, I am 18 because I'm gonna tell you. So when the raid happened, I wound up going to juvenile. They give me juvenile life because I was going to court for that. And then I wound up in a shootout up Emerson Village, right? I shot a dude at Emerson Village
while you was awaiting trial.
While I was awaiting trial for that, you know what I mean? So and a dude shot me too. And they had the police, they had me. I was at St. Agnes Hospital, chained to the hospital bed, the whole shit. Yo, I get over, it's funny, I get over E Medical, right? And I'm in E Medical because like when I came from Park Heights, like when stick-up boys come, we try to get their ass. We don't run. We run to go get our gun and try, you know what I mean? We bust on their ass. Like, but it was like some of them guys down there on not all of them, but some of them guys down there from that Franklintown, Baltimore, they wasn't all built like that to bang at these niggas. They had some niggas that came around and just, every neighborhood had these stick-up niggas that motherfuckers was kind of like notorious and motherfuckers a little intimidated with. But I was like, shit. And I was telling that story because when I got over E Medical, my man Professor Newbie, he a professor now, and my man Doug. And we all cool, this shit's crazy. We all cool now, right? So I run into Newbie, right, over the fucking E Medical. The police had shot him up. So he over there and I'm over there because I was shootout and shit. So we sitting over there, we in the rec hall just talking and shit. And he talking about up the way, you know what I mean? Talking about the rob heights and rob niggas up there. He was like, yo, but one day I was up that motherfucker because they had Nubian, they had this big ass Joker. It was a 45. It's like it's taking a long ass time to pull that bitch out, right? So that motherfucker come out for days. You know what I mean? So he's like, yeah, one day we was doing there, we robbed them niggas then. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, so these niggas start walking on the street. It was this nigga, he had these red boots on, but he ain't had no big gun. I had a 32, but it held the most bullets. I forgot how many bullets. That's why I wanted it, because it held so many bullets, right? I had that little 32. That shit, you remember like on Harlem Nights, pat. But yo, I was on his ass with that motherfucker. Yo, I was on his ass with that 32. Yo, he said that nigga had them red boots on, yo, with that little gun. Yo, he was coming. I said, yo, that was me, yo. You know what I mean? He said, that was you? I said, yeah, that was me, yo. We both fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he all shot up. He more shot up than me. So he don't want no trouble. Like, I wasn't one. I'm like, yeah, that was me. And you can't do nothing about it right now.
Right.
You got all the books. But it was just like, it wasn't even like on that. It was just on some mad
life
shit
experience.
For real. Like, yo, like for real, yeah, that was me. You know what I mean? Because, yo, they was about it. You know what I mean? I was about it. You know what I mean? Like, and we just kind of, and like, like, Professor Newbie tutored my son. My son is out there. Professor Newbie tutored my son. That's we still got a relationship.
But that's how it is, you know. And at what point Well, let me ask you this question. Did you run into any other major losses before you started making that turn into where we're going to be getting to in a conversation?
So I gets locked up and I go to I call it juvenile federal joint that was in Conkerville, Pennsylvania. Like the worst dudes from every city was there. And anybody that know about the Glen Mill schools will tell you they just recently shut them down because they used to beat the shit out of us up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you had dudes from everywhere up there. So I hook up with some guys from DC, from your area. And notorious Jamaican drug kingpin. If I say his name, you know who he is, right? Me and him was doing business together, and something like we was doing business together because I was selling a lot of coke, and he was selling a lot of coke at the time, so it wasn't no business for us. But eventually, he had came across some heroin, and he was in the D.C. area, and he's not from D.C. He's from like the Maryland surrounding areas for real. And he's an immigrant, so his people, you know what I mean, wasn't connected to the streets in a way where I think they could peddle heroin, basically. You know what I mean? So, Baltimore guy. So we link in, and we moving some good smack. So I flip that shit real fast, because the block I'm on, what I'm doing is, the block I'm on is a morphine block, right? But I got some good raw. So you put so much, you put a smidget of more, like morphine back then was like the fentanyl of now. You know how I say just need a little teeny bit? So morphine just need a little teeny bit. So I can make so much more off a gram of raw with the morphine. So that's how I was pushing that shit fast. So like, it was like the money was running up real quick. So I was like, bop, 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 and the grams was high. So I wanted 100 grams. And Yo had pulled up, and he had a new car. He pulled up in a new little, we call them small acts, before they got the big bodies. The first series of the Acura Legend. He had the Acura Legend coupe, nice white joint. He had pulled up in his shit. So I'm like, yo, what's up to work? Because I got the money in the trunk. I got the money and a Tech 9 in the trunk. So I'll never forget, it's this station wagon, this old Toyota station wagon pulled up. They got 3 niggas in it. But for some reason, my attention is on this station wagon. Because their attention is probably on me, and I can probably feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I said, yo, this your dudes? Back then, it was beepers and phone booths and shit. So when I asked him if this his dudes, he never responded. He looked down at his beeper, picked up the phone. In my mind, the response was, nah, that ain't them. This them, I'm about to hit them now. So that's what I'm thinking. So in my mind, I don't know if that was a sign of them niggas or what. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I could be overthinking it, but I was in it. You know what I'm saying? So 2 dudes get out the car and walk over to the phone booth. I said, man, y'all still using the phone booth, or y'all still using however the verbiage was? So I say, nah, right? But I'm on the outside, so both of them, so bird jet, and one step around, like, yeah, nigga, woo. But my car is parked right here. I got my sunroof open and my music playing. How y'all know what car to take me to?
Right.
So they try and walk me to my car. Y'all gotta do me right here, cause I'm like, yo, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Now ain't no tough shit. I'm scared, and these niggas gonna kill me.
How was you around that time?
I was 18. I was 18. This happened in 92. I was born in 73. So I was 19. I was 19 years old at this time. So now I'm 19. So both of them had a gun. So when I'm in between. I'm in between. So as you walk into your car, inside of 7-Eleven. So you got one nigga behind you. It's me and you, right? So you trying to put me in the back. So you right here, Hef. I'm right here, and you opening the door, and you telling me to get out. I pops the shit out you, Hef, and run slam over top of you. I'm in great shape. I'm a powerlifting football player. Like, you know what I mean? That fear, I know I was like Superman. I popped that nigga. Bow! You know what I mean? Then the other nigga started shooting at me and shit. You know what I mean? And I got shot with 2 guns that night. They shot a couple people on the bus stop and shit. So they hit me with a 45 right here, blew my whole kneecap off, right? I had so many surgeries on this leg right here, popliteal bypass, the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I almost lost my leg that night. So that was a major loss for me because now I'm saying like, damn, y'all had the scholarship to go. But if I'd have went and did what the fuck I was supposed to, none of this shit would have happened because it's about your decision making.
Right.
So you really got to think about it. And that's why I said, I don't even know if I'd have really went back to school because when I came back to Emerson and Pulaski, morphine was so much money. I went out there one day with $150, flipped that shit, and me and my cousin Charles, little Charles, pulled the money out the couch. We had $12,000. We on our way to New York. We on in one day. But in the school, I had an advanced electrical wiring certificate and telecommunications. The wiring, the 25 player. I had a career that I could have, if I really wanted to. But they was back then, they was talking about electricians you can make like 20-something dollars an hour. Nigga, let's make $12,000. And when you young like that, I didn't think that shit was going to end because the most successful people in that time in my life, it's like I told you, I met my grandfather in the penitentiary. My grandfather, my Uncle Junior Bunk, so dope on Emerson and Bright Street. They had the Junior Bunk ward. My Uncle Junior Bunk was making dope, all that shit. They had a whole ward over John Hopkins from my Uncle Junior Bunk. So bad to the point, they blew his motherfucking car up on Emerson Avenue because they got sick of him giving people that, But my grandfather and him were partners. So my grandfather, I met that nigga in the penitentiary when I first met my grandfather. And then when I started getting money, my grandfather used to bring my shit back from New York. Took a bunch of shit from me too. Yeah, motherfucker took a bunch of shit from me too. But yeah.
But how did you feel when you saw him in a penitentiary for the first time? You was like, that's my grandfather. Like, were you proud?
Because I longed for that male figure, I think I just looked at it like, yeah, it's the man.
Like you could see at least someplace where you had came from.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Then when he came home, you know what I mean? You know what's so crazy? Granddad, my grandfather, I tried the big young boy. So I remember like when I first got back from Virginia and I go down Emerson Avenue and my grandfather down there and I'm big, I've been playing football and all this shit. So my grandfather, I can't even drive that good. My grandfather had me drive his car, put his hat on, slick my grandfather stick, put his hat on, had me drinking in my house scotch and sniffing cocaine. And somebody told my mother. And she was so mad, because I had got so drunk. I seen one of my mother's brothers on Emerson Avenue. I said, what your bitch ass doing around here? I said some slick shit to him. He called my mother, said my mother got down Emerson Avenue in 2.2 seconds, I don't know how she got down that bitch.
Your mother still wasn't playing.
She still wasn't playing my ass,
And see, me doing this climb back series, I like to dig and try to find out where people get their inspiration from. A lot of us didn't have that complete household growing up. A lot of the people that I've interviewed previously, they lost their parents due to, different illnesses or diseases at young ages and still found a way to find the resources, So before we get into the climb back, because, that's what we're here for, we're going to glamorize everything you're doing. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think just being able to make it through that stuff is what, when I tell the stories, it's like, it's more of the gratitude of where I am now, why I tell those stories so zealously. Like, yeah, I was all that, and I does all that, because I can't change none of that.
I like how you put that, though. Like you said, it's the gratitude, it's the feeling of knowing what you went through.
Yeah.
Because you also knowing what you're giving back. And the whole point of this is, like we always say, we want to inspire somebody. So, Mr. Bomb City himself, man, let's go ahead and let's fast forward a little bit, and then we'll go back. Because obviously I want to connect the dots to see how you got to where you are now. But what were some of the first aspirations you had to want to start going straight or doing different things as far as business and different ventures? Can you remember one of the first moments you had, or maybe one of the first resources you came across to where you was like, all right, bet, this is what I'm going to do now? Because at a certain point, you could have kept going the way you were going.
So yeah, early on, just being attached to my mother brothers, like I say, I was running the record shop. By the time I got to the 7th grade, man, I was down there because by the 8th grade, I was in Virginia. So 6th, 7th grade. By the time I got in the 7th grade, my uncle could leave me in that store. I could run the store. I could do the inventory. I could call the orders in, answer the phone. I mean, and it was a small convenience store. We had pinball machines, arcade, all that shit was in. I could run that shit by myself. So I think I always had that thing that was just driving me to do business. So like I don't feel like I said, I never was looking for a job. I always wanted to have my own business. Like from early on, I think from, just seeing them, I always wanted. I can't even tell you when it happened. Like even my mother's, Ben's store, we was the candy store. We sold frozen cups, candy, you know what I mean? Like, so I just always had a mind to really like do business.
All right, so paint the picture for me. So did you finish high school?
No.
All right, so you didn't finish high school.
When I came back from Virginia, I was supposed to be in the 9th grade. And like I say, I got with my homies that was up there. We were selling this shit at the restaurant. And then I started going to Emerson Avenue. I was bringing, like I say, I was, dudes getting high young, you know what I mean? It was like Purcell. So I was taking the morphine over to Northwestern High School. I sell a little morphine over there, topped up with them niggas, woo, 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 woo. I'm back down Emerson Avenue selling my shit.
Mm-hmm. So what was your first aspiration adventure that you embarked on?
Long story short, I wound up getting knocked off in 1999 with a couple of bricks, right? So I ain't had no bail. So when I finally get out on bail, I finally, get a lawyer to get me a bail and shit because my record jacked up. So I finally get out and get on bail. And I go see Dr. Bundy. I said, man, look, I done got in some trouble, man. This man never asked me, based off the content of my character, what kind of trouble I was in. Mm. It could have been anything. He said, what you need me to do? I said, I need character letter, I need this, I need that, I need that. He did everything I asked him to do, and he showed up at court.
Wow.
So I was on parole for 15 years sentence. Got the 12 years for the bricks. But they were trying to give me a kingpin charge. They had an active investigation going on, but at the time, the feds and the knockers used to ride together. So I had these bricks that I wouldn't even have had down there, but when I went to the house that I was going to, the dude aunt looked out the window. So I'm getting the bricks from under. I was in this tar station wagon, rented. I'm grabbing the bricks where I had them, you know what I mean? I'm up under getting the bricks and shit to the dude. Don't bring him in. He can't come in my house. No, hell no, don't bring him in my house. You know what I'm about. No, that's where you break shit up at. So, I'm like, fuck. I'm pissed. Like, you bitch, you know what I mean? I'm going off. Yo, fuck you and your aunt. Yo, you bitch ass. I'm pissed, you know what I mean? So, it's so crazy, I'll never forget it. I got a bandana tied around my head. I used to go to New York, get the best weed, blunt hanging out my mouth. Listen to Ja Rule. Lord, can we get a break? Lord, can we get a break? We really happy here. Man. No, my man was driving. I wasn't driving. My man was driving. But I was on the passenger side with that blunt and that bandana around my head. G was driving. My partner G was driving.
With the work.
With the work.
Sitting right there.
Sitting right there in the middle, like I just got it from where it's supposed to be, but I'm like, so we going 2 blocks down. I'm like, fuck it, we only going 2 blocks down. I made it here. You just get, and you get so used to riding with work and all that shit. That shit, you know what I mean? Ain't got near motherfucking license either. So we get pulled over, man. They swarm down on us and shit and grab us. They pulled me out that motherfucking car, man, listen. My nerves, I ain't never get locked up with that much shit before. My leg was shaking like a motherfucker, right? I couldn't stop the bitch. The bitch was uncontrollably, it was like, that bitch was uncontrollably shaking, like. So I guess they they thought they had one. They was like, I know this nigga gonna tell something. When they see my legs shaking, they're like, I know this nigga gonna tell something. Shit, you got the wrong one. I'm scared in the motherfucker, though. I'm scared in the motherfucker, but I ain't got nothing to tell you. So
That's hilarious.
yeah, long story short, you know, I wound up getting knocked off of that. I come home on bail. I knew I was gonna get some time. I had a lawyer, man. I used to get in so much trouble, man. I had a lawyer that became like family to me, Mr. Phil Sutton, God rest his soul, man. Like, that man used to show up for me, man. Like, I had so many, I used to keep court dates. Like, I wasn't good at my job. Like, I wasn't, like, I really was a impersonator, because, I got a lot of infractions and write-ups and shit like that on my job, I stayed locked up. I was the one that stayed locked up. But, you know what I mean? Like, I broke law brazenly sometimes because I ain't had no self-love neither, you know what I mean? I had to really, tap into that part, the worth. How much of yourself are you willing to risk? But after those bricks, I made a decision. I would never sell drugs again, right? And I negotiated that prayer a little bit because once, God got me out of that situation, I said, well, look, God, no white. And when I came home in 2002, man, I just had really made a decision not to sell nothing white. In 2003, I wound up on the road with Rough Ends, They Hot, Scola, Ruth Scola from Baltimore had just became the third member of Drew Hill for their third album, the fifth member of Drew Hill for their third album. That's my homeboy. Rough Ends, they my little homies. They got the No More Shopping Spree single going crazy.
So what were you doing, just so everybody can catch up, to get tied in with all these musical acts? What were you doing?
I always rap. Like, like I told you when I was young, I was a little young rap nigga. So I was known, like, for rap, you know what I mean? Like, I was the entertainment. Like, we ain't had Instagram and shit.
So you was basically trying to rap on tracks with the R&B, artists that you was
yeah. I wrote shit. I wrote a lot of shit with a lot of them dudes I'm talking about.
Okay.
I wrote a lot of shit. I got music with all of them that just ain't never come out because I just stayed in trouble and shit. You know what I mean? But
music started to be your gateway to getting out of that life.
Yeah, I didn't even know though how I was gonna segue though.
You didn't even know that was a passion for real.
I know it was always a passion. I knew that because I always wanted to do. That was my thing, like talent shows from the 6th grade. Like I remember my first 6th grade talent show. I ain't talking a lot about it, but music has always been my passion. And like I always was in the studio. I always was making this was like in between time and the meantime. It just was like because I could. And I had a love for it. So I was doing music and I was just known, you know what I mean? And then, like, shit, man, I like my music shit. Like, I remember on the PE tour. I get down there, I go down on the PE tour, I wind up backstage. I'm back there rapping for Queen Latifah and Bushwick Bill, and I'm back there hanging out with them, Chuck D. And they like, yo, you ain't got no demo tape, you know what I mean? I'm like, nah, I'm a rap right here. You know what I mean? Like, that was my passion for music. Like, that shit been like there, like, and then I just like, the shit, I really did a lot of shit. And then it was like a lot of shit that niggas was rapping about, I really did it. And then my thing was like, I was groomed like a lot of shit I do, you don't supposed to talk about. So that was like I'm like, yo, like, so I never really could get into my music the way I really wanted to because I couldn't really tell the shit that I was really doing. Not like, who really going, like, you really gonna put that on a song? You really gonna say that? Like,
right.
But I had a passion for music forever. Like, everybody tell you, like, yo, I just love music. I always had a passion for music. But, like, Rough Ends, them niggas, they just knew me. I was a nigga around the way, the go hard nigga that could rap. You know what I mean? Like, and not go hard in the point of, like, no gorilla beating on my chest. I just was a stand-up guy. You know what I mean? Because I was social, so it wasn't like, motherfucker was scared to be around me and no shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a social person. You know what I mean? I just was a straight shooter. You know what I mean? I just govern myself by certain things. You know what I mean? But the music is what kind of segued and kind of got my attention. Because the music was brought me up to now, which is the fashion. Because I didn't make it with the music, the level that I wanted to make with the music, I needed something to keep me connected to the culture, and it's fashion. I got a passion for fashion, you know what I mean? So now that, like, dreams come true, you know what I'm saying? Like, new dreams, old dreams awaken, new dreams arise. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now I just, you see, I just go in the booth and I make music. Like if you've been on my page, you'll hear a lot of music you ain't never heard before.
Yeah, and that's
It's
the thing.
mine.
Like looking at your page is very eclectic. Like it's a lot of different things. Like it's just entertainment in one. That's why when I was talking to you, I was like, and not even to be funny, but like, tell me about all your ventures because it looked like it was so many things. You got you doing music, you got fashion, and it's nice, fashion. You got other artists that are on your page. I see Cisco. You talking about Ruffin, so you definitely connected, and you got a major following. So, I want to talk about all this, and then you also have things going on like your nonprofit.
Absolutely.
So definitely take us through, the climb back and just flex and talk about how you started laying these projects out.
All right,
and doing what you're doing.
so I can't leave something out. So
Do your thing.
So, like all this shit, like I'm trying to tie in my drug use, because I was addicted to, a monkey can't sell bananas, right? I tried, it don't work. You know what I mean? You will become your best fucking customer. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of times I told you, you know what I mean? Like I was a drug user. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that hindered a lot of my progress and process. You know what I'm saying? So I made a decision. Now I was, you know what I mean? Like it was socially acceptable because I was always on and off, on and off. Like you never know, you know what I mean? The sun might be shining. I might feel like a snort. You know what I mean? And I might feel like nothing that day. But eventually I was a full blown addict, man. Like, and for so long, nobody was willing to tell me that I had a problem. Well, how you gonna tell me I got a problem? You owe me $40,000. No, you got a problem. Get my money. Like, you know what I mean? What they say? Where's my money? Give me my money.
But you were still functioning.
That's a matter of perspective.
Right.
That's a matter of perspective because my soul dies as soon as I put the devil's nectar in me, Slim. My soul dies. Like I become a whole different person. But what I was told is whatever you feed your spirit the most, that's what you become. So as much godly as I can become, I became that much demonic. You know what I mean? I'm putting the devil's nectar on that. Yeah. You know what I mean? That kills your whole spirit. So I had to fight back from that. I had a lot of demons I was fighting, dude. Like a lot of things. I suffered a lot of abuse that I didn't talk about. Like I ain't just get physically abused over a Latrobe project. It's a situation where I got sexually abused over there as well. You know what I'm saying? And that is what, because through therapy and a lot of shit, I'm like, yo, what made me so violent? And when that shit happened to me, I said, yo, ain't nobody gonna ever do nothing to me ever again. So it was like, yo, I came to Park Heights with that mindset. Like, oh, hell no.
You had went through and experienced a lot of life since being that church boy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So one of my questions always is, how do you not just say fuck it?
Yo, I love life though. I'm happy to, I mean, it ain't always, I had a real dark time when my son was born around 2004. It was a real dark time. I was contemplating suicide and all that shit. I was wondering why God used to wake me up. I was so far in my addiction, because I had a son born with a 3rd-degree brain bleed, hydrocephalus, water on the brain, right? 2 pounds, 11 ounces, right? My first son. All I wanted in life was a son, my first son. Man, I don't know what to do with this shit. I'm back and forth to Tennessee. I'm doing my music. I'm fucking with 3-6 Mafia. I'm fucking with Scola. I'm fucking with Hassan Rockman. I'm fucking with Rough Fans. I got all these affiliations. I'm hanging out with Zach Judah, Floyd Mayweather. I got fucking Don King stories. Like, this shit is really happening. And then I have a son, 25 weeks gestation. You dig what I'm saying? So I shut everything down. You know what I mean? I was just getting the buzz. I shut everything down. Squirrel was playing my shit in the mix here. I was getting shit. I had action. I was active in Knoxville and Tennessee areas. Like, they knew about me. I was, you know what I mean?
How'd you get linked in with so many artists?
Through, so me and Scola been friends for so long. And
from Drew Hill.
Drew Hill. Scola from Drew Hill. Rough Ends, they was my little homies. They met their greatest success with no more shopping sprees when I was locked up. They took me out on the road and showed me life through their lens, and I'm a person that's gonna connect. And then also my homeboy Hasem, he was the heavyweight champ, you know. So I'm close with all these people at the same time. I just come home from prison in 2002, and all these homies is doing all this great shit. So I'm making all these connections. And then I'm telling you, like, I was at the Glen Mills schools where all motherfuckers from different states. So I already got connections and affiliations in all these different states as a young dude. Now I'm able to time to them.
Lined up.
And then I move around, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I always had the power of attraction. So if you meet me once, you know what I mean, you ain't gonna forget me. So it's like people I was, you know what I mean? So I had all these connections just bringing all that shit together. But my drug addiction is what was my Achilles tendon. You know what I mean? That's what always kind of fucked me up, right? So once I confronted that issue and was able to take some suggestions about that issue and be honest with myself about that issue, that's when my life began to change. So now I really was stewed, yo. Like I had finally became a bum, man. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't, you know what I mean? And the crazy shit is that a lot of things that I had, if a lot of people had it, you know, because there's levels to your bum, to your low. You know what I mean? Like I had a couple pickup trucks.
Right.
And I was doing the hauling and the scrapping and all that. That was my hustle. You know what I mean? I had some guys that would work for me in one truck. They would bring me $100. I would get $100 every day off of one truck. And then whoever was working with me, I would pay my helper and I would run around. But I was using most of that money to get high though. If my wife said she ain't need, I was making money daily because I needed to make money daily. If wifey said she ain't need nothing, all that money was going to grams. You know what I mean? I had became a customer. Like, and I ain't like it. You know what I mean? So I had reached my low to get, because I was always able to, I had the shit. So I was always able to hide that I was getting high. So once I decided I wasn't going to sell drugs no more and wound up back on drugs, now I ain't willing to deal drugs though. But I go out here and hustle my ass off to maintain this motherfucking habit. So I was doing everything, you know what I mean, like everything, you know what I mean, to maintain my habit. I became an opportunist. I would like to say I wasn't a thief, but I stole. I became an opportunist. I became things I hated.
You admitted it too. You said you lied.
I was a lying motherfucker, man. What? Why wouldn't I? Because listen, yo. If I can't get what I'm trying to get from you, I'm going to continue to shit on myself, have clammy skin, cold sweats, because I need a fix. So I need to lie and lie good and fast, because I need the fix, yo. Like, don't nothing fix a heroin ill but heroin. So yeah, I need to lie good, because this shit for real, because I'm shitting water out my ass at this point. Tired of wiping it. It's raw. I need some dope to tighten this shit up so I can make my next move. So yeah, I was a lying motherfucker. Y'all lied very well, because I really needed what I was lying about. So my lie was my truth in that moment. Yeah.
So I really appreciate, you know, how transparent you've been throughout this conversation, man, because like you said, you know, part of the climb back and us glorifying everything that you're doing now is a touch on where you come from. So let's talk about the climb back and a lot of the Bomb City brand itself, everything you got going on. I'm gonna let you take it from here and flex, man. Talk about some good stuff.
All right, so listen. So when I got clean in 2018, I just wanted a job. Like I said, I'm gonna get me a job, but I wanted a job where I could like help people. So I had some homies that had tied into a program called New Life. And I started working, my first job was working in the high school as a behavior specialist, but it was like a hall monitor type job. But I was so excited about this job because I just really wanted the job. So I get over to Maryville High School And I'm just happy to be over there, man. I'm just happy to be working. I'm happy to be clean. I'm still in the transitional house. Happy to be clean. My little homeboy, I had a room, my little roommate, he the one that helped me set up the same Instagram page I got right now, Bomb City Ent. He's like, what you gonna call it? I said, yo, I'm gonna call it Bomb. I'm in my little room at my I don't even know if my wife want me back, come home or not, nothing. I said, yo, I'm gonna call it Bomb City Ent for entertainment. I was gonna spell it out. I said, no, let's put Ent, because you know a lot of rappers had Ent on their shit. I said, yeah, let's put Bomb City Ent. That's gonna be my shit. And I visioned how I wanted the page to be. Before I was like, don't be doing this, don't be doing that. So now, Tank is having his first heavyweight fight in Baltimore. So my brother called me and like, yo, let's get all the nephews and kids and shit together and go down to Tank fight. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, cool. But we taking like my youngest nephew, Aiden might have been about 8 years old at this point. You know, we got like from 8 to maybe 16. 16, 15, this is the age of the nephews and shit. I said, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of shirts and put Bomb City on it so we can just, identify being unit, you know what I mean? Just for that purpose. So I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? So I do that.
But you didn't have like a clothing line at this point.
I didn't have a clothing line.
Did you have a logo or like?
Yeah, I had the logo because I had started the Bomb City shit in like 2010. The clothing part was City of Gods. With my cousin them, they was making my shit, but I was only using it because I was doing this Bomb City Unplugged tour. So I was only using the clothes to when we performed. So I was doing the Bomb City Unplugged tour. So I had already played with the clothing line shit a little bit. So they knew about Bomb City and I was attached to it. So few people knew about it. So we wore the Bomb City shit down there, and a few people inquired, what's that? Or, you doing it again? Or woo, woo, woo. And I got some orders that day. That wasn't what I was planning on doing. I got them orders that day, man. I was like, you know what? The guy that had made the shirts for me, because I had got this lady that was supposed to embroider the shirts for me. She fucked me around. So the guy had made the shirts for me. I went back to him like, yo, I got a few people want some shirts. So he encouraged me, it was beneficial to his business, but he's like, yeah, yo, you should, you know what I mean? So I started doing like silk screening my shit in my basement. And Maryville is one of the biggest high schools in the city. So anytime a kid was having a birthday or something, I would give them a hoodie. Now at this time, I'm getting my hoodies from fucking Foreman Mills. They was selling hoodies. I get 3 hoodies for like $12. So I'm just buying a whole bunch of them. And I was in my basement silk screening and shit and giving this shit away. And I was selling this shit to some people. You know what I mean? Some people I was selling to, but the school kids, I was giving it to them. I was selling to the teachers. And that's how I kind of started. You know what I mean? I bought me a Volvo station wagon so I could fit all my shit back there. And I used to ride around all through the town, pull my tote. I had the tote with the wheels. I'd slide up in the breakfast spot in the barbershop, pull these shirts out, and I make it down my basement. All of them wasn't good, but I wanted my money. all of them wasn't great. Like when
But again, you was fearless.
It's not that it wasn't good, but it was like, yo, you just had to be like looking at it now. If I looked at it like I look at it now, it would have never happened.
Right.
I'm like, yo, you really tried that shit, and it worked. But like, I'm looking at this shit like, yo, you really was out there with that. You know what I mean? Because of how far I was able to bring it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I had the totes in the back of the car, I had the shit. There was some of the shits with my silk screen, like everything must go. Like if I fucked up on this, I was learning now, I fucked up on a silk screen, what I'm gonna do to fuck up shirt you got wet? So now I might just load it up with logo. I'm just finding different ways to make it work. When I mess up, I was just learning shit. That shit, I was always able to bring that shit up and bring it up. But marketing, like, I knew it would make better sense to have people wearing my shit and have my brand out there. I'm like, yo, if you got a business, you got a marketing expense. So my whole business was my marketing expense, because most of that shit I was just giving away, having people just keeping it in your face.
You just wanted the exposure.
I wanted the exposure. I understood that. You know what I mean? I was building a brand, and I was willing to invest in it. And the shit just got better and better and better. And I had to begin to start to dress a different kind of way. Because whatever I was selling, like if at the time I only had hoodies and t-shirts, Now I gotta wear hoodies, t-shirts, and jeans again. Cause I'm my top model. And that's why I'm Mr. Bomb City, yo. Like, from the time I started this brand, man, I swear, like, you might say 10 days I ain't had my shit on. From 6, 7 years, like, you might catch me. Like, the kids, like, if I have a button-up shirt on at work, at school, they like, you ain't got no Bomb City on. I had to pull off my shirt like Superman, like, no, I'm strapped. You know what I mean? Like, that's how important it was to me. But I knew as much as I kept it in their face, I was tenacious. Like, yo, they gonna get sick of me. So now that I'm into this Shopify and because I ain't had no internet, I had no internet presence all this time. I'm just getting there. So now that I'm tapping into Shopify and all that,
and e-commerce
and stuff like that, and subscription-based buying, like now, because I ain't never did nothing in bulk. I never mass-produced anything. So now I'll mass-produce T-shirts, but it'll come from that entity. Like me, personally, my in-house shop, if you want something from the in-house shop, it's my collections. I'm going to go over there and show you, like, so with my collections, like I say, I ain't the dude trying to sell 1,000 sweatsuits. So I got 100 sweatsuits. I might got 10 colors. 10 colors is 10 sizes in that color. Get it. You know what I mean? You remember how, I don't know if you remember, like Polo, you could tell they shit by the seasons, like the shirts. Like that was that season. That's it. So I just changed the color. I followed that pattern. I like Boss. Like, so I started understanding. I would look at the back of the labels and check the cotton count and the this and the that to make it. And that's how I started improving my quality. I started looking at the labels. I'm like, oh, this is what they print on. So I would just still buy high quality stuff and print on. And so now I got manufactured. You know what I mean? So now I design a lot of my stuff and I make my collections. But I still make, as you've seen, I still make exclusive pieces here. You know what I mean? Where I touch and I do what I do with it. You know what I mean? Like when we finish this interview, I gotta make an exclusive jacket for my bro Scholar Drew Hill. For him, they going to Africa. He wanted a jean jacket. He want me to trick it out for him so he can wear on stage. I dress a lot of celebrities.
I just saw a post with a comedian.
Ali Sadiq?
Yeah, Ali Sadiq.
That's my guy, man. Shout out to Ali Sadiq. One of the best storytellers of all time.
Y'all see what I got on Bomb City Get. You know what I'm saying?
I got a connection over at the comedy club, so I get to go over there and meet all them guys that I want to meet, and I'm able to get those guys. I met a bunch of them. Bill Bellamy, what's the guy who was cracking on people, got the radio show, D.L. Hughley, Earthquake, my man from Wild 'N Out, the skinny dude.
You talking about DC Young Fly?
DC, if you go on my page, all that. Oh, and shout out to my nigga Jack Thriller, 85 South, Wild 'N Out. Shout out to Jack Thriller, man. Jack Thriller, me and Jack Thriller met through Scholar.
I hollered at my folks over at Bomb City. So this is a gift from me and Nav right here, Carlos, man. I hope you like it.
Man, thank y'all, man.
No, thank you.
Love, bro. Love.
I didn't try to dance his way back to that mic stand.
He should have danced
got
off.
me a yellow jogging suit and a green hat.
That shit hard.
Yeah, that shit hard.
Man, Jack Thriller has done so much to promote my brand, and we develop our own personal friendship and relationship. Man, it's just a beautiful thing what Jack Thriller do for the Bomb City brand, man. I just appreciate dude. Like, and we have a genuine, unique relationship. You know what I mean? And I was able to forge all these relationships, you know what I mean, just me being me. You know what I'm saying? But like, I got a lot of relationships with celebrities and stuff like that based off my core circle. Like, cause like I said early on, like when I was trying to, start my program with Dr. Bunley, like I do feel a responsibility to my community. You know what I mean? I do want to see positive change. I do want to, help people. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I contributed to the problem, so let's contribute to the solution. You know what I mean? So whatever I can do to do that. So that's why I'm partnering. Shout out to T. Lee, my partner over at Pleasant Beginnings. She founded Pleasant Beginnings nonprofit, and I'm a board member over there. And man, we are out here really trying to make real change. We call ourselves resource brokers. And we are able to bring resources to people that don't know. You know, like it's a lot of stuff, man, that like if I'd have knew that resource existed, I'm like, that resource out there, So what we try to do with our nonprofit, first and foremost, is bring these resources to people.
Provide opportunities.
Provide opportunities. We got relationships with Bon Secure, John Hopkins, and a few other notable people through our nonprofit where we're able to offer a plethora of services to our people. We're associated with C.J. Jones and Associates. He's our attorney that he helps us keep a lot of things in place and brings a lot of opportunities to us. A lot of the fundraising part and the back office and the paperwork stays in place through him. Man, I've built a great team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just believe in me so much. Like, I make other people believe.
But that's how like I like to do research. I don't want to walk into every conversation just in the blind. Like I'm not scared to chop it up.
Right.
But I wanted to find more about Bomb City, you know, Mr. Bomb City. And it's everywhere, man. And I can see that you have your hand in the community big time. You know, like a lot of people gravitate to you. You talked about the law of attraction a few times in this conversation.
Yeah.
And like what I hope people get from the Climb Back series, and this is like the epitome of what I'm trying to do. So I appreciate you. Is get inspired from this, man. Like there's so many things that you said in this conversation. Like typically we like to keep the episodes to about 30 minutes, right? But we're gonna have to cut this one up because there's so many gems and inspiration that people can find, in my opinion, to where you could have gave up, right? You know, you experienced everything from losing your dad at 3 to, you know, getting in the drug game at an early age, to having a child at an early age where you might not have been ready for it, to being hooked on drugs, to being a CEO and a mogul. So shout out to you, bro.
Man, thank you, man. Thanks for recognizing, man. Thanks for your time, man. I really appreciate this.
I'm gonna double back and ask you because we talked about it off like a little bit earlier, and you answered the question in a different way. Hopefully you remember, but where do you see Bomb City in 5 years? You didn't have a traditional answer.
Yeah, because I don't. Because if I said, well, yeah, in 5 years, I'm gonna do. Now I do have a vision, but that's it's limited because I don't know what God's vision is for me, right? Like I said earlier, like if 5 years ago I'd have answered that question, the limitations I'd have put on myself 5 years ago, I wouldn't be sitting right here. So my answer is, hopefully see me in 5 years, I have a whole nother interview for you. You know what I mean? Because I just really saying, at Bomb City just going off the charts, man. Just my whole goal is to have Bomb City all over the world. You know what I mean? In some form or fashion. I'm starting the Bomb City Financial Group. I'm going to start that with Mr. C.J. Jones and Associate. Like man, like I'm really like this is not just that one thing.
What else you got going on? Talk about anything coming up.
So
where we could find any type of clothing.
So definitely check out my website, bombcitygear.com. It's steadily building. You can send me emails on there if you want some of the custom stuff that you see. A lot of stuff on the website, you know, you gotta click around and see the stuff you want. Because you might be like, I don't see the stuff I want. You gotta click around in there and find the stuff you want. And we're gonna make it more user-friendly. But like I say, I'm just getting my internet footprint. Like I've been doing this shit like real hand to hand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, look out for the website. You know, check out the website. It's constantly building, constant stuff gonna be on there. And you can still reach us on the website. I got different pages. The page that I run is the Bomb City Ent page. We got a Bomb City Gear page. We got a Bomb City Versus page. Bomb City All Day. But the page that you can reach me is the Bomb City Ent, like entertainment. You're going to see a lot of things happening with the DMV, the R&B movement that I'm so associated with, and my love for music. You're going to see just how active the whole Bomb City movement is about to be with my man Nardo up in DC. You know Nardo, he's I was in Rochester with Nardo this weekend. Nardo used to work for Radio 1.
Okay.
So me and Nardo are collaborating on this DNV movement, like the Mayas, the Marios, the Raheem Devons, the Drew Hills, we great, and I'm gonna be a part of that. So be on the lookout for, Bomb City collaborating with that. I got the new fall shit coming. I do a winter fall fashion release every December. It's like a fashion show. Be on the lookout for that. I ain't set a date for that, but we do that once a year. Be on the lookout for that. I'm excited about my fall collection, man. Like I say, everything is a collection. I ain't got no whole bunch of nothing. You ain't gonna be running around saying 1,000 people the same thing. I don't sell my stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, this is an exclusive luxury brand, you know what I mean? Let Bomb City compliment your fly, if you will. If you fly, you know what I mean? But if you ain't, it ain't for you, like, for real. Because I want my stuff to look a certain kind of way on people. And I hate when I see people wearing my shit and they ain't wearing it right. That's just me. That's just me. You know, it's like, they like, yo, how you got business? It ain't for everybody. Inclusion the motherfucker, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it just might not be for you. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say, like, the Baltimore thing, it's like Odell's, you know if you belong. Like Bomb City, like Odell's, you know if you belong. Because it just might not be for you. You know what I mean? Because this is for unique individuals with unique styles. You know what I mean? That like to be individuals.
You heard it here on the Climbback series, man. And that's one thing about you, Jay. You epitomize the Climbback series. And I appreciate everything that you shared on this episode, man. One of my favorite conversations that I've had, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing you around. What you got coming down the pike as far as music?
So, when you came here earlier, I
ain't want to give it away, but you was doing
I got a
business.
younger dude. His name is Jay Lee.
Okay.
So I have some music that I have recreated from a great time of my life, and it's more of like a club type of music. It's a cross between club, house, and hip hop. I kind of merged it together, and I feel like I'm the only person that can create this sound. So I'm creating my own sound, and I'm excited about how I'm gonna roll this shit out. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for the Bomb City music. You know what I mean? I'm pairing with Jay Lee, the other young Jay Lee, and we great put this shit out real heavy with the music. But I want to do something, right? Because you've been foxing my page, right? You said you've been up and down my page. You know, but I hope you prepared for the Bomb City Challenge.
What's the Bomb City? You should go ahead and lay it out right here.
Oh, now he probably playing with that. Let me find out. You ready. You really know what it is. But anyway, so I ain't tell you, Bomb City is an acronym too.
Okay.
And I do this thing called the Bomb City Challenge. Hashtag the Bomb City Challenge, and you'll see a lot of people getting it wrong. So the Bomb City Challenge is me telling you what each letter in Bomb City stand for, and you simply repeat it.
Okay.
So you let me say the whole thing, and you just run it back.
Let's do it.
Like, tell the DJ run it back. Tell the DJ run it back. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, so it's brilliant, open. I feel like you've been studying. Minds become conscious individuals to you. That's a lot, Hef. Can you repeat it?
Brilliant, open minds become conscious individuals to you.
Yeah, he's studying my face. You a bluff.
Hey, man.
Did you study? Did you study at the
I seriously love it. Here comes Halle
Berry. Halle Berry, my favorite girl.
Hef Streams is a Climbback series with your man Jay Lee. Appreciate you, man.
Already, salutes and salutations. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for the opportunity, man. I really appreciate it.
Great episode.